students, this is Kanika. Welcome to my channel PrepBiology. So today in this lecture we are going to discuss the chromosomal disorders which comes under the genetic disorders. In the previous class we have discussed the Mendelian disorders, okay, and in today's class we are going to discuss the chromosomal disorders. So what are the genetic disorders? As we all know, the disorders or the diseases which transfer from one generation to next generation, those disorders are the genetic disorders. So they are categorized into the two subtypes. First is the Mendelian disorders and second is the chromosomal disorders. Mendelian disorders, as we all know, these disorders at the gene level. Okay, the defect is seen at the gene level. But in chromosomal disorders, the defect is seen at the chromosomal level. Okay, chromosome level. So in this lecture we are going to discuss the chromosomal disorders. Okay, so as we all know, the chromosomal disorders are due to the absence or excess or abnormal arrangement of one or more chromosomes. So the chromosomal disorders are caused due to the absence or excess or abnormal arrangement of one or more chromosomes. That is called the chromosomal disorders. So we all know this is the one set of the chromosome and we have 22 pairs under the autosome and one pair is sex chromosome. Okay, and we have in the human we have 23 pairs of chromosomes. Means 23 pair means 46 chromosomes are there in the humans. Okay. So the chromosomal disorders are caused due to the abnormal arrangement. When there is abnormal arrangement like the addition of one chromosome or subtraction of one or two chromosomes are there, so this is called the abnormal arrangement. Okay, so these disorders are due to the abnormal arrangement of one or more chromosomes, that is called the chromosomal disorders. Okay, so in this we have two categories, aneuploidy and polyploidy. So these two terms are very important before starting the chromosomal disorders. Okay, so what do you mean by aneuploidy? Aneuploidy is defined as the abnormal arrangement of chromosomes due to the non-disjunction of chromatids. Now understand it carefully. Okay, so what do you mean by the aneuploidy? Aneuploidy, if we know that during the meiosis the anaphase phase is there, okay, and in the anaphase phase the chromosomes break at centromeres and sister chromatids move opposite ends of the pole. So these chromatids moves opposite to the poles. Okay, this separation is called the disjunction. Okay, this separation of chromatids is called the disjunction. But aneuploidy is the condition when there is a non-disjunction of chromatids takes place. So there is a failure of separation of chromosome or the chromatids during the anaphase or during the meiosis or mitosis of the chromosomes. Okay, so when there is a failure of separation of chromatids, when these chromatids fail to separate at the anaphase phase, this condition is called the non-disjunction of the chromatids. Okay, so by the non-disjunction of chromatids, when they are not able to separate in the cell division, so the abnormal arrangement of the chromosomes takes place, that condition is called the aneuploidy. I hope this is clear to you all. Okay, so this is the aneuploidy. Now aneuploidy is divided into two categories. First is hypoploidy and second is hyperploidy. Okay, so hypo means reduction of chromosome. Okay, reduction of chromosomes. But hyper is high, that is the addition of chromosome. Okay, so under the hypoploidy, we have the two categories, monosomy and nullisomy. Okay, and under the hyper we have two categories, trisomy and tetrasomy. Okay, so monosomy, hypo means reduction, so one chromosome reduced from the chromosomal set of organism, that is called the monosomy. So in this condition, if the individual has 46 chromosomes, the reduction of one chromosome takes place and it has only 45 chromosomes are there. Nullisomy is when loss of a pair of chromosome takes place. So when this condition, one pair having two chromosomes, and in this condition 44 chromosomes are there. Okay, so this individual do not survive because a loss of one pair of chromosome takes place, that is called the nullisomy. These two classifications are under the hypoploidy. Now hyperploidy, addition of chromosomes. When trisomy when happens, when addition of one extra chromosome is there, that is 46 plus 1, 47 chromosomes are there, that is called the trisomy. This condition are in your syllabus. Okay, so we will discuss in the class regarding the trisomy. Okay, now tetrasomy, when one pair of chromosome added in the chromosomal set, that is called the tetrasomy. So I hope this aneuploidy condition is clear to you all. Aneuploidy is abnormal arrangement of chromosome takes place that cause the chromosomal disorders. Why it happens? Due to the non-disjunction of chromosomes. When the chromosomes are not able to separate, the chromatids are not able to separate from each other in the anaphase of the cell division, then aneuploidy takes place. Aneuploidy causes the chromosomal disorders. I hope this is clear to you all. The aneuploidy is in your syllabus. Okay, but for the knowledge purpose, understand some basic about the polyploidy. Polyploidy, when increase in whole set of chromosome takes place, that is called the polyploidy. I hope this is clear. In aneuploidy, one or two chromosomes added or subtract, but in polyploidy, whole set of chromosome is added or subtract, that is called the polyploidy. Okay, so it is also divided into two categories, autopolyploidy and allopolyploidy. Okay, so auto means self, when doubling of same chromosomal set takes place within the organism. Okay, so in one organism itself, the whole set of chromosome is added, that is called the autopolyploidy. Allopolyploidy is opposite to that, when there is a doubling of the chromosomal set takes place in a different species. Okay, so this is the allopolyploidy. Okay, so this condition mainly seen in the plants. So in your syllabus, we are going to discuss the aneuploidy cases. Okay, I hope these conditions, these basics are clear to you all. Okay, under the chromosomal disorders, we are going to discuss these all diseases: Down syndrome, Klinefelter syndrome, Turner's syndrome, Edwards syndrome, Petau's syndrome, criduchatsyndrome syndrome. So these all are the syndromes which are in your syllabus. Okay. So first one is the Down syndrome. Down syndrome is due to the trisomy of chromosome 21. We know what is trisomy. Trisomy is the addition of one chromosome in the addition of one chromosome in the chromosomal set, that is called the trisomy. Okay, so why 21? Because in the Down syndrome, at the chromosome 21, there is addition of one chromosome takes place. We have the 3 chromosome at the 21 position. Okay, so the total number of chromosomes in the patient is 47. Okay, why 47? Because 44 plus XXY. I hope this is clear to you all. So in the Down syndrome is autosomal abnormality. Okay, and what are the different symptoms of Down syndrome? The patient have the short stature, short heighted hair. Okay, fold eye corner, small round head, protruding furrowed tongue, broad hands, and mental retarded patient is there. So this condition is very, very important. What happens in the chromosomes, which kind of trisomy, at what chromosome the trisomy takes place, and this is important. Okay, this is the Down's syndrome. Next syndrome is Klinefelter syndrome. Klinefelter syndrome Klinefelter syndrome is a sex-linked disease. Why sex-linked? Because the chromosome added in the sex chromosome. Okay, so that's why it is the sex-linked disease. What happens is, in the males, what happens is, in the X chromosome, one extra X is added, means the condition is 44 plus XXY. So normal male having 44 plus XY condition. But in Klinefelter disease, the one extra X is added in the sex chromosome. That's why its condition is 44 plus XXY or 44 plus XXXY. So the total number of chromosomes are 47 or 48. So in the Klinefelter disease, what are the symptoms? Those males which have the Klinefelter disease, the male is born with extra copy of X chromosome. These males are sterile. Okay, so they are infertile. Okay, infertile in nature. Okay, so they are not able to produce the young ones. Okay, and these males have feminine development. Okay, feminine characters, girls like characters are there in the males, like the gynecomastia condition is there. The development of breast is seen in the Klinefelter syndrome males. Okay, so they have not developed testes. Okay, so they have underdeveloped sex organs. Okay, and having the females like characters or the feminine development takes place. I hope this is clear to you all. Next is the Turner's syndrome. Turner's syndrome is also a sex-linked disease. So what happens is, in the Turner syndrome, the females have lack one X chromosome. Okay, so the subtraction takes place. Okay, so in this the monosomy takes place. Okay, so in this condition, the females have a 44 plus XO condition. One X is missing, so the total number of chromosomes are 45. Monosomy is seen in the Turner's syndrome. Okay, so individual come to have only one sex chromosome, that is one X chromosome. The condition is 44 plus XO. What are the symptoms of this disease? The females, phenotypically females are sterile. Okay, they are not able to produce the young ones. Okay, so due to the undifferentiated gonads, the reproductive organs are not well developed. The females have a webbed neck. Okay, The limited sex characters are seen. Ovaries are not developed, they are underdeveloped. Ovaries are rudimentary. Okay, so these all are the symptoms of the Turner syndrome. Next is Patau's syndrome. Patau's syndrome is this is the autosomal condition. Okay, so this is the autosomal disease. What happens is that Patau's syndrome at the 13th chromosome, the trisomy is seen. Okay, trisomy, that is the addition of one extra chromosome, is seen. The trisomy 13 takes place in Patau's syndrome. The total number of chromosomes are 47. Okay, so in the symptoms of the Patau's syndromes are heart abnormalities present at the birth, physical growth irregularities with many cases targeting the spinal cord, several issues with cognitive function, mentally retarded baby is seen, underdeveloped internal organs. So these all are the symptoms of the Patau's syndrome. So in all these diseases, you all have to focus on which kind of trisomy, monosomy, aneuploidy takes place in these kinds of syndrome. Okay. Next disease is the criduchat syndrome. Criduchat means cat cry syndrome. It is also called the cat cry syndrome. Why? Because that infant or that baby is cry like a cat. That's why it is called the criduchat syndrome. This is the autosomal deletion disease. Okay, so in this disease, what happens is the deletion of half of the short arm of chromosome 5 takes place. So what happens is at the chromosomal set, at the 5th chromosome, the short arm is deleted at the 5th chromosome. So that's why it is called the autosomal deletion disease. This is important. Which chromosome is deleted? The half of the short arm of the chromosome of 5 is deleted. Okay. So what are the symptoms of this? The cry of affected infants, which is similar to the mewing kitten due to the problems with the larynx and nervous system. So that the baby is affected. The baby have the affected larynx, that is the voice box, and the nervous system. Due to this, the baby or the infant cry like a kitten. Feeding problems because of difficulty in the swallowing and sucking. Okay, so this is important. Criduchat syndrome is important. Okay, so this disease is due to the deletion of the half of the short arm of chromosome 5. The last disease under the chromosomal disorder is Edwards syndrome. Edwards syndrome is the autosomal trisomy takes place. What happens is the trisomy 18 takes place. One extra chromosome is seen at the 18th chromosome. Okay, so the total number of chromosomes are 47. What are the symptoms? Heart defects, small head, several intellectual or the several mental disabilities takes place in the Edwards syndrome. So these all are the chromosomal disorders. You all have to learn what are the different conditions, aneuploidy conditions that takes place in different diseases. Okay, so I hope this is clear to you all. So we have covered the genetic disorders. Under the genetic disorders, we have covered the Mendelian disorders and the chromosomal disorders. Okay, so if you want to check out the lecture of the Mendelian disorders, I have mentioned the links in the description box. Okay, so you all check out the links. I hope this is clear to you all. If you like this lecture, like, share and subscribe my channel, that is the PrepBiology. Keep studying, keep learning. Thank you so much.